This is the exact bench press routine that I used in 4 months to get my bench press from a strict 265-pound press to a strict 300-pound press. And this program hinges on two key ideas. One, we're training the lift. So every single exercise I've chosen here is supposed to help and train a specific part of the lift, be it the top part, the bottom part, explosiveness, or the auxiliary muscles, which are shoulder and triceps. And then the next part that's important is that everything is compound exercise. Even the more isolation lifts, like the close grip bench, is the most compound exercise that I can think of, other than dips. That's a different story. That's on a different day. But it's the most compound exercise I could think of that is focused mainly on the triceps. Everything is about compound exercise because the bench press, like all the big major lifts, it involves all the major muscle groups involved. It involves them working together and working appropriately together at their peak. So those are the two main ideas I thought of when I stuck this plan together. The first exercise is the regular bench press with 45 pounds of chains hanging off the sides. And that's 45 pounds total between the two sides. And the purpose of this is two things. One, to build explosive strength on the way up, and that helps blow past any sticking points. You need to, it's important to focus on moving the weight faster and accelerating all the way through the top of the lift. And the chains will help you with this because they get heavier as the bar gets higher off your chest. The other part that this helps with is, since the weight is getting heavier, as the progression goes from week to week, from set to set, we're getting closer and closer to our max. And within that, even from rep to rep, and even from part of the rep, we're getting closer and closer to our max. For the first 4 weeks or so, I did 5 sets doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with progressively heavier weight. And this was 2 parts. This was one, to get me very accustomed to using, the chains and being very comfortable with using them, and to also, go higher. But then after that, you kind of have an idea of how high you can go. So for the next one, when we're going to do 3 weeks at 5 sets of 3, we know we have a ballpark figure of what we can withstand and we can work up. And the same thing goes for the next week, or after that, the next wave, when you do for 3 weeks, 5 sets of 2. And then for the final one, 5 sets of 1. And in each time you do it, though, you do want to progress up in weight each time. You want to pyramid up. Second exercise was pin presses in the power rack set at the lowest position to mainly practice practice pushing up from a dead stop, which was the weakest part of the lift for me. So I would do a couple warm-up sets that don't count, and then 5 sets of 1 was the most common one. And every time I would try to add up weight until I was, surpassing my previous max. So the third exercise in the set is flat bench dumbbell press. For most of the time I did 3 sets of 8. And the next exercise after that is incline dumbbell press also, 10 to 12 reps, so even a little higher. After that, the next exercise, which sounds a bit unconventional, is the standing push press, which is a variation of the military press where you get a little bit of a leg drive at the bottom. And the point of this was it's help with the shoulder area, which is involved in the bench press, and the triceps a little bit. It's just another aspect of the pushing movement. So, and the push part of the push press is to help overload yourself, help do much more than you can do with the strict military press, because we want to get used to pushing as much weight as possible. Usually I did 3 sets of 5, progressively increasing the weight each time. Not, like I said, just like everything else, it's not going to failure. Getting close, but not going to failure. And the final exercise is close grip bench to work the triceps. And it's my favorite exercise for triceps. It allows me to use the most weight, and the triceps is the strongest part of the movement for me. And 3 sets of 5, progressively adding the weight each time. And that's the main bench routine that I used in 4 months to get my bench press up to 300 pounds from a previous max of 265 pounds.